Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're diving into the brand new Marvel figures recently revealed from the Hasbro event at San Diego Comic-Con a couple of weeks back, right? These are second new wave of mini comics figures featuring 7 new ones. Now, there's some really nice hit or misses with this new lineup, and I'm sort of glad that Hasbro is continuing these lines for us. So let's dive in and see if any of these 7 new figures are actually worth your cash. First one up here is Black Widow, right? It looks like her. Actually, if I kind of think about the storylines, this is actually from the Uncanny X-Men number 268, right? It kind of brings that like espionage sort of feel and look of her over to this nice new figure, which is cool, right? And in the story and context, she sort of teams up with Cap and Logan against the Hand and Von, the actually Von Strucker family. So that this figure sort of embodies that lethal like grace on the battlefield in terms of the look, feel, and design, right? Now, the stealth suit matte black sort of has a nice sculpted belt and pouches to it. Some pretty good, seamless detailing from what I'm seeing. The red hourglass album, which is pretty awesome on our belt, stand out really nice and well. Has a nice spot gloss finish to it. Now, the texture goldens also have like a nice feel to them. Have some removable blast shells and like one sort of piece that glows translucent red, right, while the other is more stealth smoke. So it gives it that classic Black Widow look. So design wise, it is pretty cool, right? In terms of the accessories, right, she has a couple of fists for the close combat, including open hands for the weapon holds, two gauntlets with Widow's bite blast effects, right, which includes that red translucent look to it. Also the smoke style blast effects, which is more the frosted white. Also comes with that mini com accessory, which is featuring uncanny X-Men number 268. And you can also mix and match some of the effects, which is nice, right? So you can go like full infiltration versus like that tactable sort of like takedowns poses with her because she does look like she has some nice butterfly shoulders for the gymnastic licks and kicks rather, and like ankle rockers for some nice crouches, right? So overall, a nice figure. I feel like she's gonna be the most popular one from this line so far, and definitely a pickup for me. Next up here is Daredevil, right? Now this is based off of the Man Without Fear, right? I believe this is like when Matt Murdock is getting ready to take down Kingpin, and features him in this black suit. Now, I'm actually a bigger fan of the Netflix version, where I feel like that one's a little more stealth ninja to me, versus this one, but not so bad. I'm just glad that Hasbro finally releasing a version of this right now. Again, in terms of articulation, looks like it got some nice swivel shoulders, some double hinge elbows. I'm seeing some rock style like sort of like torso crunches there, so you can kind of put them in some nice acrobatic poses but nothing too crazy, right? In terms of design, he does have that nice matte black sort yeah costume, right? A lot of nice muscle sculpting underneath like that suit, which gives him more like lively or live like feeling to it, and more athletic as well. You don't you kind of sort of see the signature horns, right? But not too much because it's done the rather mask itself is a little different, so you don't really have any horns there. But they kind of like try to piece that in some way, shape, or form. The Billy Club holster is pretty nice, right? It stays nice and tight to his actual, looks like his hips, right? And Billy Club's, I like him pretty well, but I feel like it's pretty standard, right? Now, in terms of accessories, it does come with three alternative hands, including the closed fist for brawling. He has the gripping hands for like holding his club, gesture hands for kind of like stick at your thumb, I'm gonna beat you, sort of Daredevil look, right? The Billy Club, it has nice some sculpted straps to it, right, with the riot wrap detail. So I like that part. The club themselves look pretty standard, but these additional sculpting wires look nice. And then the Man Without Fear comic cover on it as well. So overall, you get some nice like air club sort of throws, low stance, karate shots, whatever you want to call it. But you can get some nice gritty looks and feels to this dude and figure once you have him on shelf. So definitely, again, another pickup for me. Another pickup for me is the Silver Surfer, right? This is based on the Silver Surfer number one in 1968, 68 rather, sorry. And it's sculpt feature and captures like more of that moment of Norman Red, realizing like his destiny, right? So it's kind of cool that it kind of revert back to that, right? He does feature some like smooth bulge joint articulation throughout the mold, right? I really like his like sleek silhouette, like that kind of on his actual frame, so you can get those nice soaring poses with him. In terms of design, he has nice, decent chrome finish, more like a mirror like paint job on him all throughout. So pretty nice paint application there. So also get some nice highlights on the muscles, so it gives you a little more dimension, right? Preventing it from looking like a regular, like flat sort of figure. The board attachment has some nice reset slots right on it, so you can kind of put your feet onto it. or his feet rather, onto it, and get you some good angles without slipping or falling when you got him posed, right? Now, in terms of accessories, he has, closed fists for power stances. He has those open cosmic energy hands. One alternate head with the helmeted Silver Surfer effect, right? Which you've kind of seen previously in the Fantastic Four crossovers, which is cool. You get that mini comic accessory, of course, and just overall, a good figure. Excuse me, has a nice, that's a lot of nice reflecting qualities to it, especially in the light. So it's another pickup for me. Although I have all the other surfers, I feel like I really want the comic accessory here, to be honest with you. So I'll definitely be picking him up. Next one up is Phoenix, the Rachel Summers version, right? Now I believe this is like in the comic book line in Excalibur #1. This is more involves her like redemption arc, I believe. Don't know too much about it, but this is, I believe, what the story is more about, right? She's the she does wield the Phoenix Force in that comic, so pretty cool. Articulation wise, looks like she has some nice swivel wrists, rocking ankles, full torso crunch from what I'm seeing, so not too bad. In terms of the costume design, she has nice green, yeah, like a red and Excalibur uniform, right? It's pretty glossy where it matters most. Kind of the chest album and straps stick out really well. Nice tight bodysuit, so it gives a good shape to the actual figure itself, and some nice depth of all the colors there from what I'm seeing. Now the Phoenix Four wings themselves have the awesome translucent orange feel to it, right? And so it looks like it's on fire, which is awesome. And the actual flame feather, it just really catches the light from what I'm seeing in the pictures. So it'd be a nice post or shelf presence for her. In terms of accessories, she comes with 4 alternate hands, including the 2 gesture hands for our channeling. It looks like 2 gripping hands for flight, or maybe some staff props. 1 alternate head with the wind-swept hair, right? So if you want to flying, and of course the translucent Phoenix Force wings, as well as the Excalibur #1 mini comic accessory. So overall, pretty decent. I don't have a lot of Rachel Summers ones, or if any, actually, to be honest with you. So this would be a nice addition to the collection. Next one up here is Beast, which is really a reissue of his astonishing X-Men look, right? I think this one feels an up or has an updated ball jointed head, double hinge elbows and knees, ab crunch, pillars, you name it, right? So it's sculpted for or updated sculpt for like gets you him be able to get you uh or him rather into like more acrobatic poses, which is pretty cool, right? Otherwise, it's looks similar and not too much to it from what I'm seeing. But I do like the physique and like that fur like sort of texture throughout his bodies, which is always awesome, right? So it's super muscular rather than beefier from what I'm seeing. So a nice mix of the actual feel and presence of the figure itself. I also like the yellow paint application throughout the actual costume. It really stands out really well overall. Now, in terms of accessories, it does come with 3 pairs of alternate hands, including the fisted hands for like fighting, the open cupped hands for like his landing poses, and the gripping hands for the sort of like comic style. I'm grabbing maybe a pole to swing on, right? And 1 alternate head with the shouting expression, and as well, of course, his mini comic accessory from Astonishing X-Men, which is really cool. So overall, a real good updated figure, which I may be picking up. Last one, actually, yeah, last one here is Feral. Now Feral is pretty good from seeing. She featured here from X Force 91, 1991 rather. Sorry. So it's a pretty good comic from what I remember. I'm not Feral's not my favorite character, but it's pretty cool. And has pretty nice animalistic sort of aggression and feel to her, right? She was part of Cable's X Force team, so I'm a fan of that run, just not a fan of the figure. She does have some nice widespread hips in terms of the actual feel here and animalistic likes. Double hinge ankles and flexible torso, obviously for those feline like poses, which is cool. The custom fur on her looks pretty good, right? It's not weathered down or paint washed or like paint washed from what I'm seeing, right? The sculpted fur accents on her shoulders and legs are pretty much looks like they're dry brushed to kind of emphasize like that hair, which is pretty cool. And the claw and planges and the blades on her gloves are molded with like a slight metallic flake rather, giving it more like a slithering steel look, but overall nice feel to it. Right, in terms of accessories, she comes with 2 alternate hands, including the claw slash hand, the relaxed pose hand, and the mini comic accessory, which is X Force #1. Not too much to her in terms of accessories, but not overall, right? Now, all of these 6 figures are currently available for PO already on the range anywhere between $28 to $30 USD. They're expected to ship around Q1 of 2026. but definitely don't be surprised they get delayed a little early um to like end of Q2. I'm sorry, end of Q1 in the US, maybe a little earlier in Europe and Asia. But overall, this is a nice second wave of mini comic figures, probably worth adding to your collection, especially if you're looking at some new figures like the Daredevil and Rachel Sun ones to your collection. But let me know in the comments what you think and whether to be picking any of these bad boys up. And thanks for joining me today as we took a closer look, right, on these figures coming out soon from Hasbro. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button for more content and coolest Marvel figures around. Until next time, folks, keep on collecting.